What God told me will happen to Wike if he is not careful, Prophet David Elijah discloses. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. The founder and general overseer of the Glorious Mount of Possibility Church, Prophet David Elijah, also known as Major Prophet, has in a video on the church YouTube channel disclosed what God told him will happen to River State Governor Wike if he is not careful. In the video, the cleric said, God told me that he is taking me to River State. I asked why he's taking me there, and he said it was to go warn the governor of River State, Wike, against imposing a lockdown on the church. If he's not careful and he disobeys, he will experience some misfortunes in his political career. As you might know, it is already happening. The gate of hell will never prevail against the church of God, and it will continue to march forward. Wike should be careful not to go against this message, or else he will have more problems in his political career. He added that people should be careful how they deal with God, because he brings down whoever opposes or fights the church. He does not respect anyone, and his will must be done. He also said God showed him that some people died in office because they antagonized him. Therefore, people must be careful not to attract the wrath of God. You see, I don't know. See, please, I beg. You see all these revelations, I don't know why it is very difficult to hear revelations when the election period is not here. All of a sudden, people will stop predicting. You see, the time that people come out to predict or forecast or whatever. Number one, towards the end of the year and the beginning of another year, towards that period, you see people coming out to say things. Then maybe when there's permit me to say pandemic, during that 2019, a whole lot of people came out with their different revelations and how God spoke to them. And I'm like, what is this? Please, right now, what we need people to come out to say is, please, can you come out and tell people how this issue of banditry, this issue of insecurity, terrorism, this issue of unknown gunmen can be solved? If you come outside and see, you give people solutions to this, In fact, your market go sell, your church go full. Yes, but these people, it is only during this pre-election period. You hear this new end of the year, that's what you're going to see, and towards the end and the beginning of a new year. And then during when there is maybe a pandemic or there, a breakout of one of this disease the person don't know. That is when you hear these people. Meanwhile, God choose. I know God desires to give messages, but sometimes this looks rather so unreal. Kaduna State government that have been against the Church of God, you didn't go and warn him more, Prophet Major. Okay. What has God shown you that will happen to all the killings going on in the north against the Church of God? You have not seen anything about that. It is River State Governor that God will show to you. All of you are cultists that parade yourself as men of God instead of men of gods. Wahala. I wonder every time God showed them, God never showed you prophet of doom, how Barry brought Boko Haram into Nigeria to be killing Christians and poor people. How many times have you fasted for the killing and kidnapping to stop? Shots fired. Shots fired, God does not operate that way. How does God operate towards people who attempt to work against the Church of God despite warnings? Who can battle with Almighty Jehovah and win? Don't you know that the COVID-19 pandemic is targeted by hell against church fellowship? Everyone that appears before God in Zion shall go from strength to strength. It is written in Psalm 84 verse 7, and the devil is mad about it. Well, me, I don't talk my own. All these things, I hardly believe them. I'm so sorry to say, but would you blame me? I hardly believe these things. Just like I say, they have times and season. They have times and season when all those things come out. Had it been these things are frequent, we can also talking about, but these things are not frequent. It's only during pre-election period, and maybe when there is this pandemic, or when there is a breakout of one of the disease, or towards the end or beginning of a new year. That is when you start hearing, and it is not supposed to be so. And because we have heard so much of these things, and at the end of the day, nothing come out. That is why a lot of people are going to come out and say, Oga, this time around, this thing, work. Call it work. Call it work. God did not tell you anything. Why didn't God tell your pastors about Owo massacre, telling lies in the name of God, fake prophet, end time prophet? Okay. Why have you not seen the end of these Boko boys? Not also political visions. This not be small political visions. Not be small political visions. If he doesn't lock down the church, God will allow him to continue in their corrupt government. Wahala. God asked you to go to River State and you ask God that am I going to do there? God now told you they are going to River State to 1 weekend. Why only Pastor God used to send him and say, my brother, I don't know. If you ask me that kind of question, I don't know who I go ask. Which political party is this prophet written for? Talk is cheap. This is political blasphemy. This is political blasphemy. Which of the church in River State in Wike lockdown? Prophet, as you call yourself, go and fast and pray more. The message never clear well to your understanding. But we can be supporting the church in River State, no matter the denomination. My dear, this kind of message, anyway, I don't pay. Truth is that you can tell me or call me what you like. I do not take these things seriously. I do not take them seriously at all. I mean, why should I take them seriously in the first place? Why? At the end of the day, most of these things, they're not true. You see that they're not true, or, and are you going to blame me, like I said before? You ever heard things like this over and over again, and nothing stop at the end of the day? Nothing really stop. Did you make inquiry why Wike, a Christian, would just go and close down the church? Please, this prophet no jail at all. Wike has no reason to close churches. I beg, try ask for Nigerians to give us a brand new leader that help us to get victory against the enemies of the real Nigerian nation. That is what we are supposed to be talking about. That is what we're supposed to be talking about. Why have they not revealed the prophecy before the primary? What did God say concerning El-Rufai? Please, for Christ's sake, where is this write-up coming from? Please leave Governor Wike alone. River State does not have any crisis of unknown government attacking churches. More or less, Wike ordering lockdown in the church. The governor is a Christian, and also, River State is a Christian state. Please go to the Northerners and warn them. It is a fact that you don't like somebody, you will always talk evil about that person. We should be careful of what we do, think, say, and write. May God give us the grace to scale through in this country. Amen. No, we need that grace. On this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time.